Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video to the channel. So today, Jagex have released the brand new Flesh Hatcher boss into the game. Now, to do this boss, you're going to need 40 Dungeoneering, and if you have access to War's Retreat, you can use a Faithful Portal to teleport directly there. If you don't have Wars available, it's just off the peninsula of Demonheim, so just use your Ring of Kinship and run around. And in this video, we're going to do maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours worth of this boss, just to give it a decent attempt. Just show you guys the drop tables and a couple of new drops into the game and just see whether it's worth profit. Now this boss is really interesting because what Jagex has done is give it a 50% buff on combat XP. So it's a very good boss to train your combat stats. Now if you're someone who watches like old school content as well, this reminds me a lot of a gemstone crab. It's a boss where you can do solo but also you're in a group. So on a public instance, which is what we'll probably do this for speed of kills, you can have a number of different people with you, but you still get the loot for yourself. So we'll do a kill first, we'll talk through it. But what we're going to do is basically a nice easy loot video where we're going to do an hour or two of this. I'm going to test it and time it with auras and stuff so we can see how many kills per hour we can get and also what kind of loots we're going to get for that as well. I've done 2 kills already and the drop table seems okay. It's definitely on the lower end in terms of skilling and stuff. But there's a couple of drops which are on the drop table which are very good, which we'll pick out when we get there as well. In terms of like brand new drops, it has the Dragon Harpoon and the Stalker Necklace, which you'll see kind of get spammed a lot in the chat. So here's me hoping that we'll go and do it quite quickly and maybe we can even get the pet as well. It does have its own pet, it does have its own drop table, it also has its own little part on the collection logs as well. So really interested to see how this goes. Now, if you wanted to, this week is the bossing week for the winter week. So don't forget to be doing your Soul Reaper tasks. But apart from that, I have realised quite quickly that my gear is outdated. It's way over what you need for this, but I think in the new year, I'm going to go look at all the different armors and stuff and make some serious upgrades and then slowly move into a bit more PVM as well. So the Elder Overload Cauldrons are now in Wars for this week because of a bossing week. So make sure whenever you're doing any PVM, you are using those cauldrons. So through the Fatal Portal, we are now here to where you can go through the mysterious entrance. I'm going to go on the public encounter like I mentioned before because you can get people to help you. I'm going to be using Vampirism for the full hour just so I can roughly guess how many kills per hour we're going to get. But just jump in and you'll be into a brand new boss reset. So 125k HP, I just need to select a spell. We're going to go for that one and Animate Dead. So what I'm doing in terms of a setup is Animate Dead with Crypt Bloom. Again, very basic and stuff. I'm not really going to move. I'm just going to take the hits. I've got Vampirism for some HP as well as a Bunyip as well. And I'm pretty much just going to sit in DPS. Now, this boss could be AFK, but you have like a loot the carcass mechanic, which means that every kill you're going to have to go and like loot the boss and then do all that sort of stuff as well. So, yeah, it's not too bad. I think it's pretty much just to sit and like hit as long as you can get enough in terms of your healing and stuff. So, that really isn't too bad as well. But with 50% increase in your combat XP is very good for people who want to learn bossing. And it's a real good encouragement for people who want to level up their combat and also do this as well, to go and practice things like this. Now, I'm really impressed with the mechanic. It's very similar to the DG boss. All these sort of flesh bosses have the same mechanic where they bounce and they throw lights and stuff. But yeah, this looks decent. And there's the first kill done of our hour. And you'll see what I mean where it teleports you here. So we're going to loot. And this is kind of the drop table you would expect. You're going to get things like bowstrings, goldstone spirits as well. Seeds, yeah, it's not too bad. So I'm going to note and take all, and hopefully it's not too big of a drop table where we're going to like miss out on stuff, because you don't generally need that much HP back. Like, you've got Excalibur to like do the worst. And I'll just see if I can rattle off a decent couple of kills. But if I get anything decent or anything like really different in terms of a drop, if we get the harpoon or the necklace, I'll let you guys know. But in terms of that, I'm pretty much just going to go and do this for like 2 auras, and go and edit some videos, go and do some 7-day bond stuff. And then we'll report back on how it goes. And if I see anything like out of the ordinary in terms of a chest, we'll come back for that. From the 3 kills I've done, you are looking roughly between 50 and 75k, which if you can do a decent amount of kills per hour, actually might not be that bad as well. Like, I think if they could have a way for you to get the loot in the room and you can just continue to AFK, very similar to Gemstone Crab, I think it'd be even better. But you know what? We're going to knock it out. We'll have a go for 2 hours and we'll report back on what the drops are like and how much profit this brand new boss is. So there we go, the first drop on the table. So we have picked up the Stalker's Necklace. As you can see by the info, pretty standard drop table. Definitely aimed towards more of a mid game as well. But yeah, it looks nice. I think it will rack up to a decent amount of GP as well. I actually don't have enough info to put all the items into my inventory. So I'm having to bank things like Dragonstone Bolt Tips and maybe 1 or 2 seeds. But they're not regular seeds in the bank, so they should be quite easy to pick up as well. in terms of a kill, it's pretty much AFK, so it's a nice little boss log to do as well. I do think on the mid-level you might struggle with some of the attacks and you'll have to do a couple of mechanics. I'm in a good place where, with Animate Dead, with the armors I've got, with the levels as well, I can pretty much AFK it, but it'd be pretty interesting to try this boss on mid-level, so maybe 7 Day Bond can come for a little bit of an adventure if we decide to free him from his thieving prison. But pretty much halfway in, 28 minutes left on the aura. We'll see how we do for the first hour as to whether we do another hour. But in terms of the drops, you can see by the inventory, lots of seeds, bowstrings really interesting to have on the drop table, battle staffs as well. Battle staffs have been going up a little bit lately. Gold stone spirits as well, wood spirits, pretty well balanced drop table to be fair. But I'm going to keep going. I'm trying to hope that I can get the harpoon, and the pet would be incredible. I think with how easy this is in terms of boss, I think it will definitely be a pet I'll camp. Just because I don't think it'll actually be any sort of struggle to do it. But yeah, we'll report back very soon on the final sort of total or whatever we do for the first hour. And whether we're going to go for another one after that. So there we go for the first hour of drops. And as you can see, we've got lucky with the Stalker's Amulet. Don't really think it's worth a lot. But in terms of the other drops, quite a lot of volume. I would say it's very mid-level, which is about right for the level of the boss. Mid-level friendly and also Iron Man friendly as well. Some more drops which will suit an Iron Man account. Which, you know, the Iron Man drops are kind of solid because they're always skilling items, or always items which are a little annoying to get. But there's always a decent price to them as well. So I'm just going to price check really quickly because I have a feeling this won't be incredible cash, but I'm really interested to see on what kind of level of GP per hour it's going to be. So the Stone Spirits only really sort of gold ore is worth it. The rest are like sub 300 GP, so that's a little bit annoying. Fire talismans and seeds. Seeds just don't seem to hold a value. Spirit weeds did, but the fact that they're on the fairy drop table for pickpocketing and now this brand new monsters drop table just means it's a little bit rough. Putting some prayer potions in, and then finally the big hitter is going to be the battle staffs. 1.6 mil for an hour, which again, I don't want to like jump straight down on a new boss, but a brand new account could go and kill chickens for an hour and make more than that. I get that this is more to sort of like learn and train, and the XP buff for training your combat stats will actually be mega. I think people will do that more than the actual loot, but yeah, it's alright. It's okay. It's not going to set the world alight, but then again, as a mid-level boss, it's not supposed to set the world alight. It's supposed to be a solid option for people to come and learn this boss, the mechanics and all that sort of stuff as well. Let me see if I can get a decent thumbnail with it, like, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to do another hour. I might do some more during the week as well. I'm going to do a little, like, Reaper series adventure-y kind of episode this week, so hopefully you guys can tune in for that. But in terms of kills per hour, let's go and have a quick look again. We did get lucky with one drop on the amulet. So we've done 41 total kills, so 39 kills in an hour. I could definitely improve on that. I think I've AFK'd a little bit. I've not really paid attention. I've been doing like some editing stuff, been playing on 7 Day Bond, been YouTubing. You could definitely push that, and there's been some people I've seen who have shared like my spawn. And there are some people who can definitely get like a 35 to 40 second, maybe even lower. But I was averaging like a minute 5 kills. People can definitely go quicker than that. So I've got just under 40 kills an hour. People will be able to push that to like 50, 55. But your problem is, a 50 sort of K per kill, yeah, it's not really worth it. What this boss is worth doing for is to have a nice little collection log, get a nice pet, a really easy title to get from that as well. But also the combat XP with the 50% buff will be incredible for a lot of players looking to train their stats. But I'm going to wrap the video up here. But if I do decide to do a couple more kills this week, finish the log, I'll tie it in for the Soul Reaper episodes, which I hope you guys are looking forward to. Pretty decent boss. Again, drop table is what it should be. It's quite well balanced. That's what I'm trying to get at. It's quite well balanced. But let me know what you think. How have you done for your first couple of loots from it? Have you got the pets? Have you got a couple of drops? I've seen a lot of spam from things like the Stalker Amulet, which I did get. I'll try and find a gun exchange now. And also the Harpoon. They seem very, very common. But yeah, it seems like a decent little boss. Again, a great way to train your sort of stats and stuff. 173k for the amulet, but you kind of imagine it's going to be that price because you see it getting spammed all day. But thank you guys so much for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know how you're doing first day of release. And I'll see you guys very soon in the next video.